Hi, Damon here for Automotive Superstore. This time in the studio, it's Alpine's new iLX-W670A CarPlay and Android Auto head unit. So let's kick off with everything that comes in the box besides the unit itself. So you get the main power loom, obviously, and that gives you your connections for power and earth and trigger, accessory, and for the internal power channels for this unit. The internal amplifier will do 16 watts RMS by 4. You get a separate loom that plugs in and gives you your inputs for your reverse camera, as well as your RCA Preouts and your steering wheel control. The RCA Preouts on this one are 4 volts, and there's front, rear, and sub Preouts. If you choose not to add any of those, like external amplifiers or a camera or anything, you can just leave this loom out altogether if you like and cut down on mess behind the dashboard. You get your little Bluetooth microphone for your hands-free calling. This is a GPS antenna, and it just really helps with accuracy for your GPS apps on your smartphone. You also get a USB extension cord, some small screws obviously to screw this into the dashboard of your car, and then the quick reference guide. There will be a full owner's manual to download online. So firing the unit up and having your phone connected, you'll be greeted with the screen here if you've got an iPhone, and this is the CarPlay screen. For Android Auto, it's very, very similar. The only difference between the two really is that with CarPlay, you swipe left and right to access your apps. In an Android, you swipe up and down. And here you have access to just the important apps for communication, for entertainment, and for navigation. So your music, obviously, from your phone. You can also access Spotify and other music apps like Vox. If you like, you can download a digital radio app, because this unit doesn't have DAB built in, but Simple Radio and a radio app are 2 ways of getting DAB in a non-DAB equipped radio, because it comes in through your smartphone. Bit of a hack there. Also, you can access your Google Maps, or you can use Waze, or you can use the Maps for Apple's own service, and Android's got its own service too. That's obviously Google Maps. You also have a split screen here that can show your navigation on one side and the music that you're listening to on the other. If we jump into the main menu itself, the main menu screen gives you access to all of the sources you can choose from for this. Obviously CarPlay or Android Auto, USB for video and music playback, terrestrial radio obviously. If you've got an old school iPod, you can plug that in. Bluetooth audio streaming from your phone, and then access to your phone itself. Obviously, there's a video auxiliary input for this as well, for an auxiliary source if you choose to. Hit the little gear at the top here and it jumps into the other menu for system control. Here's just setting things like your time and language and things like that, beep tone. In screen and lighting, a couple of ways to go here. So you've got your dimmer obviously. We go to screen color, color link, key and screen. If I select that, if I go to red, the background changes, but so does the bottom keys along the bottom edge. So amber, green, white, and then you can do a custom one. So you can see that both the colors and the buttons change color at the same time. If you deselect that, it will stay blue, you can see there, and cycle through. And then when you come back, you can actually change the key color as well to these 5 different key colors. And so that's a bit of an upgrade off the previous model. Coming back, let's have a look at the sound control on this unit here. So let's go through the few basic ones. Now, while it does have balance and fader, it also has, if I scroll down, speaker level. Now this allows you to adjust each individual level as opposed to just doing fade or balance, and you'll also find a subwoofer level control here. Besides that, there is subwoofer level also in subwoofer's own area, as well as the ability to reverse phase or turn the subwoofer off altogether. In the bass and treble area, there's actually bass boost, mid bass boost, and treble boost. And if you make any adjustment, you can always just hit flat and it brings that all back to 0 for you. Alternatively, you can go into the full EQ setting. This is another upgrade from the prior model. And so there are 13 full bands here of graphic equalization and 3 presets you can save those in. And you can go back to flat just by hitting the flat button anytime you like. There are also a bunch of preset EQ curves as well. pop, hip hop, R&B, rock, easy listening, but there's also Alpine's bass boost and mid bass boost functions. Play around with those. They're handy if you've just got stock speakers and no subwoofer in the car at moderate listening levels, but if you've got a full sound system with subwoofers and external amplifiers, I really recommend leaving those bass boost functions off and just use sub-level control. There's also time correction in this one. It's 5-channel, and this one adjusts via time as opposed to centimeters. Let's now have a look at the crossover in this one. It's a very simple crossover in this unit. High pass for the front and rear channels, low pass for the subwoofer. It's variable from 25 Hertz up to 250 Hertz. But Alpine don't state what filter slope this is. I'm going to presume it's a 12 dB per octave filter slope. Now, while that's the internal signal processing, you can always upgrade Alpine's head units with one of their advanced DSP units, and they've got a whole host on the market. The entry-level one's this one here. It's the PXE M60-4. These are under $300 retail price, but this will upgrade the signal processing in this to be far more advanced. So you'll have variable slopes and filter points for your crossovers that are pretty much infinitely variable, up to 48 dB per octave of filter slopes. You can run a fully active system of a separate tweeter, mid-range, and then subwoofer using this unit here. It is a high-level input, but you can just run from the speaker level outputs from this into this unit at any time, but there are other models above this one that are RCA inputs, and you can use any of those units with this unit as well. Aside from that, this unit does work with Alpine's power pack systems. They have 2 amplifiers in that range. This is the 200 watt RMS mono version, and so you could connect a subwoofer directly to this one, and it actually mounts on the back of the chassis and is hidden inside your dashboard. The other model in the power pack range is a 4-channel model, and it's got about 3 dB more power than the amplifier built into this unit here. So they're 2 great options if you want to upgrade from this unit at any time. Now, if you want to get a great deal on one of these, obviously click the link down below and go through to our website and grab one for yourself. While you're here, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.